So one of the first questions is how prominent or widespread are Thai proponents of the Nibbana as self perspective within either Thai literary commentarial traditions or Thai oral lineages of instruction? And is there historical evidence that this perspective is found in either sense prior to the 19th or 20th centuries?
So the 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 proponents of Atta perspective are the minorities, and they exist in the different traditions of uh, traditional meditation lineages, and which inherited or modified form of the older meditation system, which we call Boran Kamatan, or Boran, or the old meditation tradition. So the proponents of Atta perspective are the minority because when they speak out about their opinions, yeah, a lot of Pali scholars, will refute them with uh, publications and tracts, and they would uh, call the attention of the Sangha Council, yeah, or the Department of Religion to investigate. You see, so it's always a problem to review your perspective when it comes to Atta, and most of them keep their perspectives to themselves, and among their close circle of students and disciples and followers. See, only a few would dare to publish something like this,
Mm.
and my teacher was one of the few people who was daring enough to do it.
Fascinating.
And with regards to whether it the perspective it can be found prior to the 19th century, I believe so. I believe so, but currently I don't have not found any evidence of it. But the fact that Long Pasot uh, and other teachers who hold this perspective, yeah, inherit a meditation tradition, yeah, yeah, that extends to the 16th century. The Borankamatana, or old meditation tradition, extend to the 16th century. I believe there are um, uh, manuals and meditation system which would view Dhammakaya and Nibbana similarly, but they have not been found yet.
Mm-hmm.
They would the old meditation manual that I examined talk about Dhammakaya, but don't call it outright as self or Nibbana as self. They would they would uh, talk about it in a mystical and poetic way
Mm-hmm.
that can be interpreted as such, but it's not like Dhammakaya itself, Nibbana itself. I haven't found that kind of a statement yet in all meditation texts.
Right. But you have been researching old meditation
Yes,
texts,
yes,
correct? Yeah.
yes. It's one of my main interests actually. Pre-modern, pre-reform meditation in Thailand is one of my main interests, and
Fascinating.
it's part of my PhD thesis as well.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So there's also a question here. Is there a parallel here? Oh, sorry, Karma, you were going to jump in?
Yeah, I was just wanted to ask a follow-up question, and that is, as we often see in many parts of the world, and this has happened also with Buddhist traditions, a lot of the old ones, particularly followed by a minority, may get gradually sort of exterminated by the mainstream orthodoxy. So if Samaharan meditation is connected to the traditional Borang Karmatana practices, is it likely that this practice, like Samaharan meditation, was quite common perhaps in the past, and then the more sort of purity-oriented orthodoxy in the Theravada system sort of eliminated them or suppressed them?
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's right. So meditation like Samarahang uh, used to be the mainstream prior to the reform of the 19th century. Uh, Professor Kate Crosby has written a really good book on it called Esoteric Theravada, and you can investigate that book. And she talks about how this meditation tradition called Boran Kamatan, which means old meditation, can be traced back to the at least to the 16th century and is the longest traceable lineage of Theravada meditation. And this tradition is, since the reform, has been suppressed and marginalized to the point of almost extinction. Samarahang is one of the few living lineages that survived to the present day, but in a modified, modernized form, of course.